Hello, welcome to the How Do I video series from Microsoft Dynamics NEV 2015. My name is Andreas Günther and I'm an escalation engineer in Microsoft Dynamics NEV. I will be presenting you how do I use the bank data conversion service to export payment files and import bank statement files in Microsoft Dynamics NEV 2015. At the end of this video, you will have an overview of how to set up the bank data conversion service. Also, you will know how to create payment data in the payment journal, export a payment file, and view a register with the exported payments. And you will also be familiar with the preparation to import bank statements for bank account reconciliation using the bank data conversion service. The objective of this video are summarized in 3 steps related to the bank data conversion service. We will start with the setup of the bank data conversion service, as well as the necessary settings in the bank account and vendor card. After that, we will create a payment data in a payment journal and export the payment file. And last, we will see how to import bank statements using the bank data conversion service for bank account reconciliation. For each of the topics, you will see a little demonstration in Microsoft Dynamics NEV 2015. Let's start then with the 3 steps needed to use the bank data conversion service. When banks and corporate online banking offer their customers to upload payment files with the payment instructions exported directly from the ERP system, the user can save a lot of time and reduce errors compared to manually keying in the payment instructions in the online bank. This demonstration will show how to set up Microsoft Dynamics NEV to export payment data and integrate to the data conversion service to create an electronic bank file that can be uploaded to corporate online banks. Payment upload requires that the electronic bank file generated by the ERP system matches the file type that the bank is able to receive and process. You can set up the bank account in Microsoft Dynamics NEV so that payments created for the related bank can be exported to the file of the correct type and converted to the correct bank file by using the bank data conversion service. To use the service, you must sign up at the service provider. Connecting to the sign up page from this page will allow the user to sign up for the service and create the username and password that is required for the service to connect. This is also the place to get a quick entry to the status of the service and to log into the support for the service. Sign up is a precondition to use the service. Demo data is set up to connect with the demo user and will produce a demo file. To secure the password for the connection to the service, it is recommended to turn on data encryption. This is enforced by showing a dialog box when the bank data conversion service page is closed. If you click yes, you will be taken to the encryption management page for further setup. To enable data encryption, use the action Enable Encryption. This will generate an encryption key on the server. It is recommended to export the key and keep it in a secure place as a backup. This is simple to do by using the Export Encryption Key action. Encryption is turned on and the password is stored safely. Next, you must set the right file format for the bank account that you want to pay from. The bank that holds the account will indicate what file types are supported. On the bank account card in the drop-down menu, select the Payment Export Format field and then choose Bank Data Conserve CT. For import of bank statements, it is required to have the bank statement import format set to Bank Data Conserve STMT. The bank name data conversion field must be set up by pointing to the selected bank from the bank data conversion service. The lookup will provide a list of supported formats. The list will be filtered by the currency on the bank on the company setup. Your bank account must have either a bank account number field or the IBAN value defined. In some formats, it is required to have a bank clearing standard and the bank clearing code field set. For demo purposes, the IBAN field has been preset with information. You use a specific batch in the payment journal window for the bank account that you want to pay your vendors from. In this batch, you will be creating vendor payments and exporting the payment data. The payment journal must allow export, which is defined in the definition of the general journal batches by setting the allow payment export to yes. If you buy from a vendor on a recurring basis, you can set up payment details on the vendor card so that whenever you create a purchasing invoice or lines in the journal for that vendor, the payment details are automatically filled with the payment details from the vendor card. Go to the vendor card and set the payment method code and the preferred bank account. Going forward, when you create purchase documents in the system for this vendor, either in the purchase invoice window or in a journal, the payment details for the vendor card will automatically be linked to the new purchase document. This helps automate the generation of payment lines later in the payment journal window. Beware that when payment details are added to a vendor card, they will not automatically be linked to purchase documents that are already in the system. To illustrate how new purchase documents are automatically linked to the vendor's payment information, we create a purchase invoice for the vendor London Postmaster. In the next demo, where we generate a line for this document in the payment journal window, we will see that the payment details are automatically filled. In the next step, we will create payment data in the payment journal, export a payment file, and view a register with exported payments. You will create payment data in the payment journal window. To create the payment lines that needs to be exported, you can either use the posted purchase invoices as starting point or enter payments directly in the payment journal. Go to the payment journal window and choose the batch for the bank account that you want to create a payment proposal for. In this case, Bank Conf. You are now ready to start creating a payment proposal for a WWB transfer in the payment journal. Note the following about fields in relation to payment export. Has payment export error? If the value is yes, then one or more errors exist in the journal line which prevent creation of the payment file. Exported to payment file. If this checkbox is selected, it means that the line has already been exported for a payment file. You can choose to export again if you want to. Posting date. The system will insert this date in the bank file as the dispatch date, meaning the date that you want the bank to process the payment. Document type must be set to payment. Recipient bank account must be filled with the vendor bank. For demo purposes, the IBAN field has been preset with information. Message to recipient. Optional text can be entered here and will be included in the file. You can either create payment lines by manually creating lines in the payment journal, or you can use the suggest vendor payments function that will propose payments for open purchase documents in the system. In this demonstration, we use the suggest vendor payments function to find documents where the vendor must be paid on the 28th of January 2016 at the latest. Please note that as a new thing, suggest vendor payments can skip already exported payments. Note that setting the balance account number and balance account type will preset the fields in the journal correctly. The system has found 3 open purchase documents and created payment lines for them in the journal. Now you need to decide which of the open documents you want to pay. Also note that the system automatically added a message to the recipient telling the vendor that the payment comes from Kronos and referring to his invoice number 1111. We are now satisfied with the payment proposal and we export the payment data to an electronic bank file so that we can upload this file with payment instructions to our online bank. We select the function that creates the payment file, but we get an error message. Note: the payment method must be set either to bnk.dom.conf or bnk.int.conf to get the correct format. This can be set up as default on the vendor card as well. We close the error message box and the system indicates that 3 lines have errors that block the creation of the payment file. We choose the Yes value in the Has Payment Error field, and we can then read in the fact box to the right what the problem is. The message tells us that the payment date is more than 365 days ahead, and we can adjust the payment date to solve this issue. Note that you can click on the error text to view details for this specific error. This will give you more information, and in this case even an URL on how to get support for this message. We correct the errors for all lines, in this case by changing the posting date to a valid posting date. We try to export again, and this time there is no data missing. The system gives us the option to either view the bank file that has been created or save it. We want to check the file before saving it to a drive, so we select Open. Back in the payment journal, we select Export Payments to File again, and this time we want to save the file. After saving the file on a drive, we can upload it to the online bank for processing. If you want to view what payments have been exported previously and into which files, you can go to the Credit Transfer Register window. In the bottom of the list you find a line for the bank file that was created in the previous demonstration. When you choose Entries on the ribbon, a new window opens to show the details of the payment lines that were exported to the file. To re-export a payment to a file, click the Re-export Payments to File button, and to view if a specific entry in the credit transfer registers has been re-exported before, click the Re-exported Payments History button. In the next step, we will prepare for bank account reconciliation by importing a bank statement file using the Bank Data Conversion service. Importing bank statements combined with automatic matching against bank ledger entries eliminates trivial, repetitive and time-consuming tasks and makes bank reconciliation both fast and easy to do. Once in a while, for example bi-weekly, you do a periodic reconciliation of the bank account ledger entries by matching the bank statement lines for a period to the posted bank account entries. The integration to the Bank Data Conversion service enables you to import in the format that your bank provides without changing the data exchange setup. Note that it is also possible to import the bank statement file to the Payment Reconciliation Journal to prepare for application of payments in their related business documents. For more information, see How do I reconcile incoming and outgoing bank payments in the Bank Reconciliation Journal in Microsoft Dynamics NEV 2015. First, you create a new bank reconciliation record for your bank account. Since WWB transfer has not been used before, the statement ending balance is 0, and the statement number can be set to 1. The bank account ledger entries show the 3 purchase invoices which were posted in the previous steps. You import the bank statement file, and lines will now be populated in the Bank Statement Lines pane on the left side. After importing the file, it is possible to hopefully match the lines automatically or manually. Let's summarize what we have talked about in this session. You are now able to set up the Bank Data Conversion service and know how to do the necessary settings in the vendor and bank. You also know how to create payment data in the payment journal, to export a payment file, and to view the data in the register with exported payments. And you're also familiar with importing bank account statements for bank account reconciliation using the Bank Data Conversion service. Thank you for watching. It was great to have you in this video. I'm looking forward to see you again in another video of our How Do I video series for Microsoft Dynamics NEV 2015. I hope you enjoyed it and see you again next time.